Thanks for watching Afternoon Live. The turkey is the star of most Thanksgiving feasts, so the pressure is on to get it right. Our next guest knows a thing or two about preparing for the big day. Here to share his tips, we welcome back to Afternoon Live the world's fastest turkey carver, Paul Kelly. Great to meet you, Paul. What a title.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much. Very flattering. Yes, the world's fastest turkey carver.
How does one become the world's fastest turkey carver? What's your method?
I've got a very different method, but it all started actually with Gordon Ramsay. He challenged me to pluck a turkey, to break a world record for plucking a turkey, which I did with him. So I thought the next thing I can do is to maybe set the world record for carving a turkey, which is what I did over 10 years ago now.
Why not?
Still hasn't been broken.
Yeah, start to finish. Let's see. Okay, so can you tell us more about the basics before you get to the carving so that we can set ourselves up for success of the perfect turkey?
Do you mean the cooking or the carving?
Both. Let's start with
Both.
cooking. Let's start with picking out a turkey to begin with. What are some things that you look for?
Okay, well, the reality is the heavier the turkey you're going to get, more mature it's going to be. The problem nowadays is the standard turkey is only 10 or 12 weeks for a smaller bird versus, you know, our type of turkey, Kelly Bronze, is 6 months. So they've killed when they're very young because they grow so fast. So the best thing you can do is buy the biggest turkey you can afford, because a big turkey is going to be more mature than the rest, and therefore flavor comes with maturity, so it will be better to eat.
When do you buy your turkey? Are you buying one and freezing it? Are you waiting until the last minute? What's the best way to go about that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the reality there's nothing wrong with freezing. Freezing is great. The quality that goes into the freezer is the quality that comes out. The problem is none of us want to pay a lot of money for a frozen turkey. So what the companies have to do, of course, is produce that frozen turkey down to a price point. So they grow a very fast-growing turkey and kill it very young. So I will always buy a fresh turkey. That's not to say you're going to get the best, but buy the biggest fresh turkey you can, or go for a heritage breed that's a slow-growing bird, and it's going to be very mature when it's processed at Christmas and be hitting that 12, 14-pound point that you want to eat.
Okay, and what about you're in the cooking process, you followed whatever family recipe that you love. How do you know that it's done, and what's your favorite thermometer and all those things?
Right, well, I use actually Meter. We paired up with Meter this year, which is a digital thermometer, and I would say that's #1 tip. You cannot cook a turkey to perfection without using a meat thermometer. And actually, every single one of our Kelly Bronze turkeys goes out with a meat thermometer because it's so important. Time is purely a guideline. The only thing that will tell you if that turkey is cooked to the right temperature is by putting that meat thermometer deep into the breast. When it's up to temperature, take it out of the oven and let it stand for at least half an hour before carving it.
Okay, and what are your thoughts on foil?
Yeah, if you're going to get a really young, cheap turkey, foil's not a bad idea, because what that's doing is keeping the moisture in. And if you're going to get a young, cheap turkey, also brining is a good idea. Putting the butter under the skin, because they're so young, they don't have much fat, so they need all the help they can get. A mature turkey, you don't need to do that with.
What about, my dad always cooked a turkey in a paper bag. Is that just craziness, or is there any method to that? You're laughing a lot.
I'm not going to say it's crazy, but, you know, I asked the question why. You know, it's cooking in a paper bag. That's a new one.
It tasted really good. It was very moist. I don't know.
Well, it works. If it works, it works. That's right.
Okay, before we let you go, do you have any quick carving tips for us?
Yeah, I mean, what you've really got to do is you've got to break the bird down into what we call its primals. So you take the wing off, and then you take the leg off, and then you could carve the breast, but we go a step further and take the whole of the breast off. And if you take the whole of the breast off there, you're not going to waste anything. And by carving it this way, you'll get about 25% more servings out of the bird. So you've got the leg, you've got the breast, and then once you've taken all those parts off, then you start to carve it and cut it into portions ready for serving.
Okay. Hey, thank you so much. Great to talk with you, Paul.
Absolute pleasure. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, too. We'll have more on our website at katu.com.